Welcome you guys to another RDI Easy Sewings tutorial with me, Avena Prince, and I am happy that you are joining me today. And if it is your first time on this channel, please I ask you to subscribe because we do post regular videos. Okay, well, we haven't been so regular of late, but we post regular videos on sewing hats and things to make the life of sewing professionals much easier. Today we are going to show you the ruffler presser foot and just how to use that. Once you're into sewing at one time or the other, you're definitely going to have to do ruffles, gathers, and this presser foot makes it so much easier. So that's our feature for today. I know you will just love it. Come on, let's do this. So this part right here, you will notice we have numbers 1, 6, and 12. These are 1 stitch apart, 6 stitches apart, 12 stitches apart. To deepen your pleats right here, you will notice you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 8. That will affect how deep your pleats are. So just to show you how those parts work, if I were to move, or if I wanted to move around, I simply lift and switch to the option that I want. Okay? And then if I wanted to deepen my pleats, this screw right here is what I would loosen so that I could adjust the depth of my pleats. So right now we're set to 8. To start off, we've already removed our regular presser foot along with the shank because this presser foot comes with its own shank. This part is going to go around the screw that keeps the needle in place, and this part is going to go around the screw that would keep our shank in place. Okay? So we want to open this area here. Going to lift my needle screw a little bit to allow me to place it comfortably. Alright, so you can see placement that I have. So this part is here, and now I'm just going to screw the presser foot in place. So once we are all good and ready to go, notice that I put my fabric right into the groove here. Okay, and that is my fabric to be ruffled or gathered. The fabric I am working with is cotton. So we're going to do this at different settings, and we are starting off with slot 1 and depth 2. And now we are going to depth 8, still in slot 1. Here we have it. You can see here it's depth 2, and here we have depth 8. So slightly larger, not very much so, but you can see that there is a difference. Now we are going to do number 6, second slot. So the first slot was number 1, first slot, and now we are doing second slot number 6, and we're going to do the same depth. Here we have a difference in the distance of the pleats from each other. Our first option, the pleats are very close, and in the second option, the pleats have some distance from each other. So we're going to do another setting. This time we are moving to the third slot, number 12. And we're going to do the same thing. So this is slot number 12 at depth 8 and depth 2. slot number 6 at depth 8 and depth 2, and slot number 1 at depth 8 and depth 2. So you can see the variety you have here for your skirt pleats, your curtain pleats, your ruffles at the edges of your sheet sets, your curtains, your drapes, and most importantly, you see how quickly it's done. So no more drawing thread and stitching long pieces of fabric twice, sometimes 3 times. No more concern with the thread breaking and having to start over. Easy breezy. That's what you get with the ruffler press-a-foot. All of these were done using stitch length 4. Now if you would like your stitches to be closer together, the technique for that is to reduce your stitch length. So I'm going to go back to stitch 12, and then I am going to go to depth 8. The purpose is just to show you how changing the stitch length will affect the distance of your stitches. So I'm going to stitch, let's say stitch 1.5, okay? So here now we have a stitch count of 12, so our slots on the ruffler foot is set to slot 12, so the third slot, number 12, and the depth is set to 8, and our stitch length is set to 1.5. We have the same slot 12, the same depth 8, however our stitch length was 4. So you can see the difference. Understand that you have a lot of pleating and ruffling variety with this press-a-foot. This is definitely a press-a-foot you need to have to make your work easier and faster. It is for sale at the Master Fix It online store. The link is below. So if you have not already, like this video because we do have quite some more coming up. Until next time.